வெளிச்சம் டிவியுடன் இணைந்திருக்க பெல் ஐகானை பிரஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
After 18 years, still we are standing in the same place again. We are trying and struggling to bring this issue to India. Still we are fighting and struggling to bring it over the world. How we are going to build a global network? This is our next task today. Our government has explained well about the global network to be constituted. You have to find the solution to build your ad hoc committee first of all. That is very important. Who is the responsible? Who is going to lead to constitute or to build the global network? Because we are here, different groups from representing civil society, representing parliamentarians. We are two groups here, parliamentarians and civil society. We have to do this problem to be addressed not only in India, but also grassroots level of people. We are thinking and studying to bring this issue to the international platform. But not yet we are trying to bring this issue to the grassroots level to think. This is very important. So, civil society and parliamentarians must have a plan to bring this issue to a common public, to make it really, frankly speaking, being a parliamentarian, I don't know the mechanism of India. I am a parliamentarian, but still I don't know how to bring this issue to India, because I don't know how the mechanism of India. So this session or this congress, international congress, has how to do sensitization to the parliamentarians in each nation. After this congress, this committee has the responsibility to bring this issue national level. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, like this. First of all, we have to coordinate the parliamentarians to sensitize this issue to address our issues with India. We know very well about the mechanism of United Nations. They recognize gender issues, racial issues, climate issues, children issues, ethnic group issues, and all kinds of slavery issues, but not about the caste and local business. Why we are not responsible or we are not ready to recognize our issues? Because even now we are not clear the people also, the people who are suffering in the name of caste or local reason, they don't know, we don't know how to address this issue. So this is the problem. Because we can identify the racial issue, we can identify the ethnic issue, we can identify gender issues, but how can we identify and recognize women's issue, or black issues, or value issues? Actually, we are not clear about this issue among us also, because value issues are very different from Roma, Brahmin, or that is different from common issues, but we are facing similar issues, human issues. This is not different issues, but we are facing similar human issues. There are three important issues. We are against dominance, we are against suppression, we are against exploitation. These are the issues. See, the name of majority they are dominating the people. In the name of political state, or in the name of ideological state, I can say Brahmins are minority in India, but they are dominating all the communities because they are not majority in the political, but they are majority in ideology. The majority in ideological base. Because all the caste symbols are supporting Brahmanism. So caste symbols, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras, these kind of people are our Savarnas, they are not supporting Brahminical ideology. So Brahmins and Brahminical are other groups because of the ideological state. So majoritarianism is the tool of suppression, oppression, exploitation, and domination. So we are minor groups in every nation, in every ages. So this issue to be addressed as a minority issue. I feel this is my observation. We are doing bottom design, but we should bring this issue as minority issue to the union. When only union will recognize this issue. This is my observation, it may be right or wrong. Because I am minority in India in the name of caste. Roma's minority in Brazil, in their nation, Europe, Colombia's minority in Brazil and Latin America. So we should brand this issue in the name of minority issue. That is my observation in the life of now. So we have to find a solution to dealing our problems. That is very important. Then only we can find a global network. Then only we can build an organization or international platform to bring this issue to the United Nations. Unless United Nations will not recognize our issue. So United Nations are their members, civil society can address, but they are giving more importance to the nation. India can only represent their issues in India. So Indian government is not ready to bring this issue to the union in the name of caste. So maybe I am a parliamentarian. I can speak in my parliament, but government of India will not bring this issue to the union. So I have a platform to bring pressure to the government of India So there must be a national network in India. The national network to be done by this committee. So we have to find a ad hoc committee first of all. We have to find particular members. These are the members are going to be constitute a global network. Then we have to work for some days or some years. Then only we can bring this issue to the civil society and to the leaders. So I am ready to take this issue to bring grassroots level. My feeling after this Congress, I wish to convene a seminar in Tamil Nadu, south part of India, in Tamil Nadu.
For all over India.
For all over India. First of all, we will initiate. Because even, frankly speaking, even I don't know the mechanism of leader. So I have to bring this issue to all Dalit activists and our democratic forces. So we have to bring this issue to the people grassroots level. We have to sensitize this issue to all parliamentarians. And we have to organize all democratic forces who are not liking to Dalits, but they are working for Dalit rights. So this is my observation from this conference. Thank you for giving this opportunity. To constitute or to build a global network to bring this issue to international level. Thank you very much.
World Conference Against Racism. We have tried to address our issues through the conference regarding work and decent problems. After 80 years, still we are standing in the same place, I feel. We are trying and struggling to bring this issue to UN. Still we are fighting or struggling to build a global network. How we are going to build a global network? This is our main task today. Our brother Velicham has explained well about the global network to be constituted. We have to find a solution to build an ad hoc committee first of all. That is very important. Who is the responsible? Who is going to lead to constitute or to build a global network? Because we are here different groups from representing civil society, representing parliamentarians. We have two groups here, parliamentarian and civil society. We have to do this problem to be addressed not only in UN but also grassroots level to the people. We are thinking and struggling to bring this issue to the international platform, but not yet we are trying to bring this issue to the grassroots level to the people. This is very important, I think. So, civil society and parliamentarian must have a plan to bring this issue to the common public, to lay it. Really, frankly speaking, being a parliamentarian, I don't know the mechanism of UN. I am a parliamentarian, but still I don't know how to bring this issue to the UN because I don't know about the mechanism of UN. So this session or this Congress, International Congress, has bound to do sensitization to the parliamentarians in each nation. After this Congress, this committee has responsible to bring this issue national level. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, like this. First of all, we have to organize the parliamentarians to sensitize this issue, to address our issues to the UN. We know very well about the mechanism of United Nations. They recognize gender issues, racial issues, climate issues, children issues, ethnic groups issues, all kinds of slavery issues, but not about the caste and buckle descent. Why they are not responsible or they are not ready to recognize our issues? Because even now we are not clear to address this issue to our people also. To our people also. The people who are suffering in the name of caste or Wakkan descent, they don't know. We don't know how to address this issue. So this is our problem. Because we can identify the racial issue, we can identify the ethnic issue, we can identify gender issues, but how can we identify and recognize Roma's issue or Brahmin issues or Dalit issues? Actually, we are not clear about this issue among us also because Dalit issues are entirely different from Roma, Brahmin or Brahmin, Marathis, Latin America issues, Mauritania. That is different from Dalit issues, but we are facing similar issues, that humiliation. The name of different issues, but we are facing similar humiliation. There are three important issues. We are against dominance, we are against suppression, we are against exploitation. These are the issues. See, in the name of majoritarianism, they are dominating the people. In the name of numerical state or in the name of ideological state, I can say Brahmins are minority in India, but they are dominating all communities because they are not majority in the numerical, but they are majority in ideology. This is the majority in ideological base because all caste Hindus are supporting Brahminism. So caste Hindus, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas and Sudras, these kind of people are our Savarnas. They are supporting Brahminical ideology. So Brahmins are dominating all other groups because of the ideological state. So majoritarianism is the tool of suppression, oppression, exploitation and domination. So we are minor groups. in every nation, in every region. So this issue to be addressed as a minorities issue, I feel. This is my observation. We are naming work and design, but we should bring this issue as minority issue to the UN. Then only UN will recognize this issue. This is my observation. It may be right or wrong. Because I am minority in India in the name of caste. Roma's minority in Brazil, in their nation, Colombo's minority in Brazil and Latin America. So we should brand this issue in the name of minority issue. That is my observation. It may be right or wrong. So we have to find a solution to naming our problems. That is very important. Then only we can find a global network. Then only we can build an organization or international platform to bring this issue to the United Nations. Unless United Nations will not recognize our issue. So United Nations for their members, civil society can address. But they are giving more importance to the nation. India can only represent their issues in UN. So Indian government is not ready to bring this issue to the UN in the name of caste. So maybe I am a parliamentarian. I can speak in my parliament, but government of India will not bring this issue to the UN. So I have a platform to give pressure to the government of India. So there must be a national network in India. The national network to be done by this committee. So we have to find a ad hoc committee first of all. We have to find particular members. These are the members are going to be constitute a global network. Then we have to work for some days or some years. Then only we can bring this issue to the civil society and to the US. So I am ready to take this issue to bring grassroots level. My feeling, after this Congress, I wish to convene a seminar in Tamil Nadu, south part of India, in Tamil Nadu.
For all over India.
All over India. First of all, we initiate. Because even, frankly speaking, even I don't know the mechanism of UN. So I have to bring this issue to all Dalit activists and our democratic forces. So we have to bring this issue to the people grassroots level. We have to sensitize this issue to all parliamentarians. And we have to organize all democratic forces who are not belonging to Dalits, but they are working for Dalit rights. So this is my observation from this conference. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Definitely, I need you to constitute or to build a global network to bring this issue to international level. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Tom. I think it's very important what he said. And I was wondering how it was possible to bring in the international level, on the public debate everywhere, the question of gender, question of youth, all these questions, racism and so on. And this is why I think it will be very important to use the gender issue, this kind of crossover between gender issues and the discrimination from descent, caste, and and so to bring the debate to the international level. It will be very important for that. I think that also what you said is very important. The government is not ready. How to push the government to be ready? And what you propose, this kind of link between civil society and parliamentarian, is the best way to shift the situation, to do lobby, to bring the debate, and push the government to take into account what it is going on the grassroots level. And of course, for that you need behind you so many people. It is why also I agree completely with you to bring the grassroots level into the debate and to organize them, because it is the way we can use this grassroots level to have voice and to do what I can call in French, le tapage médiatique. We need to be a lot of noise about this question and issue. And if you have so many people behind you, it will be interesting to do that. I think that we have enough information on this table to work around this issue of how to take action. I think that all this information about how to set up the network, the link between international and national level, how to bring the debate and push when, for example, to do something like international conferences on gender, and push the agenda around youth, everything. I think we need to put the question of caste and all the consequences of slavery on the debate of the United Nations. What I propose after that, perhaps, is just to write a letter signed by different members or different participants of our group to address the letter directly to the Secretary General of the UN and say it is what we decide, what we want, and I think it will be a good way, first a good step to do something. And after that, what we propose for the network, for example, around the making regional, country, African community, the network. We need to set up the network everywhere. And of course, I think in the proposal, African proposition last time, we made something around national, regional, and international. I think also what said Black tout à l'heure last time about, for example, using the communities and the schools are very interesting and very important. But I think we have enough. Perhaps we can open the discussion about what we hear from this stage. Thank you so much. Yeah. You want to take a floor?
You're asking?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many time do we have for discussion?
I think this is very important we hear. So if you are okay to delay the lunch by another 20 minutes, I think we should give this at least 20 minutes to gather.
Okay.
So you have the mic. Rahul has the mic, please.
I want to dialogue with Alcoa proposal and enforce that maybe we can try to advocate for a fund, thinking about not only in meetings that we can promote, but also in publishing the local knowledge. I think it's very important to do the dispute on narratives. I believe that we have to construct a common awareness. Everybody's talking about on how to go to people, and these far-right governments are officializing the xenophobe and discrimination and racist speeches. We know that white supremacy always exists, but now we have governments defend that. And they have a lot of money for many organizations on far right that are supporting media and communication to reinforce this kind of idea. So I think a fund could be something very interesting to advocate today and tomorrow and so on. Maybe I was talking with my friend at the table. Where is she? Olivia. But Professor Brenda mentioned Durban too. Maybe we can think about, I don't know if everybody knows, but Durban don't have too much force in UN. It was a very controversial meeting, very difficult meeting. So maybe we can think and advocate for an update in Durban, in the huge, a big meeting with all these ethnicity groups, ethnical groups, and groups discriminated around the world. Something like this, but bigger and officially in UN. For example, in Brazil, we are in Afro-Descendants Decade. I think it's an international agenda of UN, but we don't have any resources, any budget to implement this Afro-Descendant Decade. So it's a kind of institutional racism inside the UN, right? Because you have a decade, but you don't have budgets for that. So maybe an update in Durban could be an idea. And just to conclude, I think what they have in common is what changed is the way that this kind of discrimination is being manifested in each part of the world. Because these people that they think is the rest, they serve to two kind of things: to degrading work. And this is what supports the system, right? Oxfam has a data about $1 trillion in dollars that is of domestic work of care, domestic work of women, $1 trillion of dollars that are not being paid for women. So we are supporting a system and an economic system. So I think and there is some markets too on slavery, incarceration, traffic of people. There are people making money with this, and we have to think that people are not excluded of system. They are included in the system, but in a very bad way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just here. In the front. Yes.
I don't know the time exactly, it's morning time or noon time. Thank you for the panel and thank you for the participants. In fact, I stand before you because I would like to suggest something that I think is good when we are all of us here. I was thinking if we can at least have one grassroots case study to develop within our groups as a global marginalized communities across the world. Because the grassroots case study will give us very brilliant fact information. If we rely on somebody who doesn't concern you and will not bring the fact exactly the way you were expected to deliver our message. But ourselves, if we create a delegation who will go from different parts of our communities and make collective expertise, maybe like psychological doctors, doctors from different perspectives, they can bring and observe the assessment from the grassroots, and they will see people the way they look like, the way they behave, the way they were treated, and even the UN who are supporting some of our communities. Then the UN, some of them, they have their international staffs. Their international staffs, they cannot reach some of our communities where they are. Some of our communities some of them they are in the IDP camps, and some local NGOs who are trying to use the name of our IDP communities, and they are making advantage out of that. And then the UN, they are restricted because of the security issues. They cannot make it that the fact research case study. So it is us to stand ourselves, to collectively bring from different perspectives of our expertise through maybe like, you see, if we have experts who can at least develop before they go on the ground what kind of observation they are going to target, medical perspective, social perspective, cultural perspective, life perspective, educational perspective, health perspective, and even if they ask the help from the UN directly, and then see the variety issues from different perspectives of our communities, when we are looking for if the dominant villages, the way they are developing under the UN projects, and then let's see our communities, their villages, how they are impacted positively, their livelihood through the UN projects, and let's see the comparative differences so that we will know exactly why the dominant village is so improved than our communities, villages, and where the project is being also everywhere. So you can find exactly where the major challenge is. Let's think that it is possible for us, and we can at least ask the world who can at least sponsor such a things and provide to do that. And I'm very sorry about to take your time, and this is something that I would like to suggest. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
First of all, I wanted to thank you for this opportunity. Many times, we gather together as victims of some system, and we cry ourselves, and we again go back. See, that's what, my observation. First of all, I wanted to, share with you Dalit issue or Roma issue or Colombo issue is not simply our issue. We must make this as a people issue. That is a must. Unless otherwise, we are going to cry within ourselves. And the system is not going to, listen us. For example, in India, caste is so powerful. Still Indian government, they did not acknowledge caste as an oppressive system. We cannot open our mouth in the even because there was sitting to voice for the Indian government, they blindly, say there is no any caste oppression. But in the reality, we are the victims of caste system. So caste system, that we are dealing with not simply something, untouchable like that. It is deep-rooted. The origin is the Hindu religion which justifies. So most of the Indians are Hindus. How is this going to be? We have to fight. That is why, when Ambedkar, he said, I born as a Hindu, which made me as an untouchable. I cannot die as a Hindu. He is not able to fight against the system, rather he opted to convert into Buddhism which perpetuates equality. See, that's what is option, but ours is, is a fight against the system. For that, we have to reach out the international community, not only the local community, the international community. That's what every now and then I take, all the Americans to India to know, and they are writing in the international level.
Thank you.
What is this?
Thank you.
So let us make this issue as a people issue. Then, we can really, convince the people to, fight for us.
Thank you. Thank you. 3 minutes. Only 2 minutes per person.
Thank you. I think thank you for a very 2 days of deliberation. A few suggestions. One, our own experience today is that our governments are not willing to recognize this. That is one of our experiences. But somewhere other governments are also not willing to support this. More or less other governments are refusing to support this. But we see there is a power in global civil society forums and networks. So some suggestions: can we get a list of high visible people to a charter to agree to this? Can we get a signature of 100 people saying that we agree to this charter of working on discrimination from work and decent? So make the charter very visible and get at least a few well-known people to sign on to that charter, which we should be, I think, constantly sharing and circulating. That's one thing. A second thing I would think is we really need a small secretariat. And it may be a worthwhile effort to regularly, on a monthly basis, at least write to the parliaments of each of these countries, to a few people in the parliament, saying that there is a global forum and this global forum recognizes these issues. The last month we have come across 5 issues and we would like these to be addressed, and these should then reflect issues from all these countries, so that we are not talking of only one community. I think we need to get the parliamentarians onto the whole process of recognizing that there is a global forum against this and this should be taken forward. And I think the third thing I would also see is education is very important. We should really look at UNESCO being an ally with us. And there are already forums that work on education for social justice, education against discrimination. I think we should really create a global forum of education for social justice and discrimination, and really use education as one of the means for taking this forward. These are some suggestions. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have 2 points, but I don't want to mention one point because I have jotted down certain principles, about 11 to 12 principles of making out a structure, a global structure. Certain principles have been mentioned, but there are other principles. I don't want to go into all the principles now. I think I can hand it over to the rapporteur or somebody to work on. But the second point I want to make now, it has been a good discussion this time. I would very much wish that before we close this Congress, that we appoint an ad hoc committee comprising members from different continents. Even perhaps those who have been functioning so far can also be made an ad hoc committee, or add also a few more members. And I think it is very important to take the movement forward. We need to have an ad hoc committee with the approval of this Congress. And who would really work out a structure, alternative structure, and work out strategies, and also initial some action programs with regard to the UN or with regard to the continental level, and also with regard to the national level also. So I would very much wish that before we close the Congress now or even the next session, we take a collective decision with regard to an operational committee. Thank you very much.
The last one, we have three. Okay.
Namaste. First of all, I'm extremely sorry. I had a presentation this morning and I missed it. Yes, I had another event at the United Nations and it took me 4 hours to come here because of the traffic. But I'm so glad that I could speak. I hope I can speak like 2 minutes. After the international conference in Vancouver, this is the first time that I had the opportunity to meet all these powerful brothers and sisters from around the world who face the same kind of discrimination, suffering, and injustice. And we all are working for the same agenda to fight for the dignity, and freedom ourselves. And let's continue to do this. And this event was very, very important for me. I would like to thank Paul sir, Binaji, Rahulji, Deepakji, and the entire team for bringing us together at this event. And let's work together. And we made the very powerful declaration. And we should focus on this. I live here in New Jersey for many years, since many years. And I would like to ask and request everyone who lives in New Jersey and New York to be united, to work together. We need to make a voice, we need to make a noise at the United Nations. And always, even if we don't have our regular pass to go to United Nations, there are always important meetings and events that you can register and come there and make the noise. They need to hear us. And we are not, especially women, we are not enough, the voice are not enough. So we have to go there. There are NGO major group, CSW, and all kind of events that we need to come and work together. And we have to share the resources among us. Like some people know so much about what is going on in the world, and we need to create the global network that we can work together. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I'd just like to add on everything that you've been saying. Just to think, when one has toothache, goes to the dentist, right? So for discrimination, for every kind of problem that we all are facing, we have doctors for it. These are called the social scientists. And I think that this work needs to have professional life. Somali was saying, the expert need to be involved into the actions. And about the thoughts that one is less than the other, we need philosophers. So also to have people who get involved on this side. And people who need to transmit the message. We need artists. We need artists to transmit positive messages for everyone to know to keep their positive attitude toward each other. So this was the only thing I wanted to add.
Thank you. Last one.
Thank you. I would like to add something. In our country, or I think we have a gender-based national and international network or regional network. Only upper caste domination, but we have no network on caste work and decent casteism and gypsyism and contemporary form of slavery. We have a mainstreams women's network a long time. And I add to something, a long time mainstream gender issues, national and international issues, seminar, discussion, only one upper caste. But this time, we need to make this type, another types of network, like slavery, casteism, and this type of women's network we need to make. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will give you a floor after her. Okay? Je vous donnerai la parole tout à l'heure.
Thank you, madam. I think that a lot has been said on how we're going and how we're going to take this forward and the way forward. I think that while we're sitting here, there is a lot of investment. I think the MP from Somalia has spoken a little bit about the funds, the investment that is coming into each of these countries, conflict countries like Somalia, where the investment is going, where the money is actually going. So can we have some strategies, different strategies on national, regional and international, on how do we ensure that the money that is coming in or the investment that is coming in actually goes for some of these communities? I think that's a very key and critical thing. Even if you talk about the SDGs as one vehicle of development, then can we ensure that the funds that are coming in for SDGs, a lot of international agencies are pumping in a lot of money into different countries for implementation of policies. But none of that the DWD communities figure, whether it's the Dalits in India or the Roma in Europe or other communities in Africa. So can we think of at least one or two small strategies and steps that we can take, because financing for development is a big discussion and dialogue and deliberation that is going on. We are nowhere in the picture. At least SDGs, we are trying to intervene. But for financing, we are not there, and that's where the real power is. So can we think of some strategies for that? Thank you.
Thank you. You have the floor. Vous avez la parole. Ici. Just a minute.
Merci. Je prends la parole pour un peu paraphraser tout ce qui a été dit, mais aussi de parler un peu de Justin Sahel, où je suis venu.
I'm just wanting to make a comment about what already has been said, and also to talk about the Sahel from where I come.
L'Afrique, de manière générale, ou alors le G5 Sahel, est un continent extrêmement vulnérable.
The Sahel, Africa in general, and specifically the Sahel, is a very vulnerable region.
Vous savez que c'est dans les G5 Sahel qu'il y a des questions liées au terrorisme, mais aussi l'esclavage est extrêmement développé. Et il va falloir qu'il y ait des actions pareilles pour essayer de voir ensemble sur le plan continental, régional et mondial, qu'est-ce qu'il y a lieu de faire.
We know very well that in Africa, in that part of Africa, terrorism is very advanced, and of course slavery as well in all its forms. And we have to think together what to do in terms of the national, regional and global strategies.
Moi, personnellement, je viens du Tchad, qui est un pays de l'Afrique, au cœur de l'Afrique, mais c'est un pays qui est différent des autres.
I come from Chad, which is a country in the heart of Africa, but at the same time, it's quite different from all the other countries.
Je voudrais parler de l'éducation qui est reléguée au second rang. Les terres des pauvres paysans leur sont arrachées et les champs cultivés sont détruits par les bœufs des éleveurs qui sont aussi des esclavagistes, et au moins de cas on tire dessus, on tue. En 2 mois, nous avons enregistré plus de 200 cas de morts en mois d'août ici.
It's important to note that education is very discriminated, divided, and also in the south, in the south, the fields are tilled and animal husbandry is taken care of by people who are themselves slave drivers, slave lords.
J'avais dit que au sud du Tchad, les enfants sont vendus au marché comme des marchandises. Allez-y comprendre qu'au XXIe siècle, on vend des personnes humaines sur les marchés.
The children in the south are sold on the markets like goods. In the 21st century, this is happening right now. The children are being sold.
Nous avons vraiment besoin de cadres pareils pour nous permettre de partager ce qui se passe chez nous avec le monde. Et maintenant, je me demande, qu'est-ce qu'il y a lieu de faire? Quand chaque membre doit repartir dans son pays, qu'est-ce que nous devons faire pour faire avancer le réseau?
what I'm trying to say is this type of platform offers us the opportunity to make our voices heard and let this story be known for all the others. And what can we do in order for after this event so that we can each go back to our countries, and what can we do so that the networks continue to be working together?
À ma connaissance, le travail que nous venons de faire en groupe, c'est en quelque sorte un plan d'action. Et le plan d'action a sa durée de vie. Et donc, jusqu'à quand nous devons nous asseoir pour l'évaluer et développer d'autres stratégies à venir.
The plan of action is a very good thing, but it has a limited lifetime. And when we get together and make a plan of action, until when are we going to get together and make plans of action? Because they have a sell-by date, and the time comes when it's no longer valid.
Et pour finir, je trouve que dans toutes les présentations, nous n'avons pas parlé de la sécurisation des militants anti-esclavagistes. Alors que c'est une question extrêmement importante. Je vous remercie.
And one other issue that we did not talk about, can I translate? Sorry, excuse me. And one other issue that we did not talk about in all the presentations is how to keep the militants, anti-slavery militants, secure and safe. How to guarantee the safety of anti-slavery militants. Thank you very much.
Not even half a minute. Seconds, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.